Mont team. Today we're doing a little bit of bass fishing. I ain't doing nothing too major, too difficult. Today I'm just running a normal Texas wacky setup with a half. I got a half of a Senko. Your normal size Senko, I got a half of it. And that's literally all I'm using. And I'm pretty sure my line, I think I'm running 15-pound test if I'm not mistaken. Not 100% sure on that, but I'll check it and I'll get back to you. Oh yeah, while you're here, make sure you like, sub, and make sure you leave a comment. Drop in the comments where you from. I'm from Pennsylvania. Without further ado, let's get back to the video. Fishing with Mont. You know, over here with Fishing with Mont, man, we got to keep it simple. Ain't doing nothing too major, like I said before. You can follow me on all platforms. TikTok, Fishing with Mont. YouTube, Fishing with Mont. Follow me everywhere. Make sure you check out my Instagram, Fishing with Mont. We get it done over here in Pennsylvania. This is all. I've been fishing for I don't know how long. And this is my life. This is what I know. This is what I've been doing. This is all I know. remember when I was a kid, my stepdad used to take me fishing, man. Only thing we used was night crawlers and minnows. Now, day and age, all we use is artificial, from whether that be buzz baits, whether that be spinner baits, whether that be spoons, whether that be Senkos, whether that be flukes, whether that be rooster tails, whether that be, man, fishing has evolved so much in the last 5 to 10 years, man. It's so ridiculous. Shout out to the ones that's still doing traditional fishing, man. I still remember my first fishing pole. It was a bamboo pole with no reel. The little dink I just caught, man. Nothing too crazy. Nice little fish to start the day, man. Start my bass season off. Pretty color on him. As you see, I'm struggling to get the hook out. I'm left-handed, so when I try to do stuff with my right, it doesn't quite work. I have to hold with my left and do with my right, if that makes sense to you. But yeah, man, this is what we do over here with Fishing with Mont, man. We fish for crappie, catfish. As you see, my kids' legs, they got in the frame. It was the first fish we caught, so they came running. But nice little catch and release on this little guy. I really didn't want him. I wanted his pops. But beggars can't be choosers at this point. First fish of 2025. What's good, guys? As you see, I'm not really catching nothing at this point. Cast after cast, man, I'm not really reeling nothing in. But like my grandfather used to say, I'd rather not catch anything and just be out here on the bank fishing versus catching a whole bunch of fish. I mean, yeah, always catching a whole bunch of fish is always a great time. But me personally, I just like the presence of being outside. It makes my life a lot easier, stress-free. It gives me a way to release positively, and I think that's a big problem that a lot of younger generation kids have. They have a problem with finding something positive to do with their free time, whether they're not playing sports. I encourage sports in my house: football, basketball, cheerleading. Whatever you want to do, as long as you're active, as long as you're not putting that negative energy, or that, let me reword that, as long as you're not putting that positive energy into something negative. Because the definition of insanity is doing something over and over and over again and expecting a different result. But I'm not going to bore you with my talking. Let's get back to the fishing with Mont. Made it to this point in the video, make sure you leave a thumbs up, leave a comment, and have a blessed, lovely day. Fishing with Mont. We'll see you on the next one. Last year, I remember casting over there. You see that tree line straight ahead of me? I remember casting over there and hooking up with a giant largemouth. But I remember my hook not being too big. I wasn't thinking about nothing. It was my last cast. I was getting ready to leave. I cast it over in the trees just as my last cast. And as soon as it touched the water, she slobbered it. And I went to bring her in. And as soon as I went to set the hook, she jumped and she popped my line. And off she got. And I tried to go back and find her. Couldn't hook up with her again, so I ended up just leaving. But I know she's in here. She's at least a 7-pound fish. So that's going to be my next mission, is to pull her out of here. I'm still on the mission for the Pennsylvania state record. Pennsylvania state record bass is 11 pounds, 3 ounces. And I might not be able to do it here, but I do know a local lake that can produce an 11-pound largemouth bass. So this summer, you guys are going on a hunt with me this year for the Pennsylvania state record. I'll see you on the next one. Until then, stay groovy. concludes this video of Fishing with Mont. And like I always say, have a blessed day. And if you're doing something positive, make sure you put your all into whatever you're doing positive. Fishing with Mont, we out.